Good morning, students. Packing. This is the chapter that we summarized yesterday. We discussed the summary of the chapter, and it's a very funny chapter. See what activities they want you to do. Do you like going on trips? Who doesn't? Everybody likes. What kind of trips do you enjoy the most? This depends on individual choice. Some may enjoy the trips to hills, some may enjoy adventurous trips, so it depends on your choice. How do you feel about having to pack for a trip? You all must have done some sort of packing also. Have you ever discovered on a trip that you have forgotten to pack a few things you very much need or that you can't find them easily? So why these questions have been given, I hope you understand. They are just preparing you for the importance of packing. That it is everybody, we are thrilled when we think about a trip which we are going to enjoy in near future. But if the packing is not done properly, then that negligence can spoil the whole fun of a trip. Does this make you angry or does it make you laugh at yourself? Means packing, suppose you have forgotten to pack a very unimportant thing, it's okay, it can cause you a little inconvenience, but you can still go on well. But if you have forgotten something very important, then it becomes irritating to you. So from the questions we can deduce that the one theme of the story is importance of packing. We should know how to pack things. See, let us come to the chapter now. I said I would pack. I rather pride myself on my packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me myself sometimes how many such things there are. So these are the words of the narrator. From here we can ask you the question, what is the thing that the author is proud of? He is proud of his art of packing. He thinks that he is the best packer in this world. He thinks that. What is our opinion? That we will be able to decide after looking at how he packs. I impressed the fact upon George and Harris. So what is author's name? Author's name is, that must be given at the end. Author's name is Jerome K. Jerome. We will call him Jerome, and his friends' names are Harris and George. So what is the scene that you can visualize? George and Harris are packing. We can guess that they must be going on a trip, and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. Had better. You must have heard till now since your birth that after had we should use third form of the verb, and here we are using had better leave first form. So this is a special expression, had better plus V1. It means should do that. Suppose I want to say you should play outdoor games instead of joining a gym. I can speak the sentence using this expression also, like this. You had better play outdoor games instead of joining a gym. So this, you should know how to use this expression. They fell into the suggestion with a readiness, means they accepted my suggestion. And what is the suggestion? That he should pack and George and Harris should take rest. That had something uncanny about it. Uncanny means strange, mysterious, means the way, the readiness with which they accepted my offer was something very strange. And Harris cocked his legs on the table. Harris is comfortable now. George has also stopped packing. They have left that work for the narrator, Jerome. This was hardly what I intended. This means that the author should pack and George and Harris should sit. But this has happened. And who is at fault? Jerome himself is at fault. Isn't he? He himself was there who offered to do packing for George and Harris. So you are giving a suggestion to someone and the other person is listening to your suggestion. Then you can't come out of it. Now let us see what actually he intended, and it becomes a very, very important question also. What I had meant, of course, was that I should boss the job and that Harris and George should potter about under my directions. What job is he talking about? The job of packing. So what was his real intention? His real intention was to just give them the idea that he is the best packer in the world and George and Harris should take instructions from him on how to do packing. But things did not happen as Jerome had expected. Rather, he did not expect this move from his friends, but they have done like that. I pushing them aside every now and then, oh you, here let me do it, there you are, simple enough. These are the dialogues that he is imagining that he would be speaking in front of his friends, that he would be making fun of his friends like this. Really teaching them, as you might say. They are taking it in the way they did irritated me. There is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I'm working. I hope you must have noticed the fun in first two paragraphs itself. So far as the main points are concerned, what are they? We have come across three characters till now: narrator, Jerome, Harris and George. They are friends. We can easily guess that they are going somewhere as they are busy packing. Then, who two were packing first? George and Harris. Who was looking at them? Jerome. What does Jerome think about himself? He thinks very highly of himself. According to him, there are many things that he does the best way in the world. Packing is one of them. So, he told George and Harris to leave the packing as he is the best packer. His real intention was that he should give them instruction and they should work under his instructions. But George and Harris behaved in an unexpected way. Instead of telling him to give instructions, they left the job and they told him to do packing. Now see, he will have to do. There is no way out. I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. Which way? What is one thing that he did not like? Others are sitting comfortably and he is working. And right now he has to do the same thing. He would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hours together. He said it did him real good to look on at me messing about. Means he remembers someone who comfortably sits on sofa and who looks at me doing work, and he says that he feels very good when he looks at me and I'm messing up things. So from here we are getting a little idea how good actually Jerome could be at packing. He will not be good at packing. Now I'm not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintendent and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It is my energetic nature. I can't help it. But now I'm not like that. Not like what? Now I can't digest this thing that I'm working and somebody is just looking at me. What type of a man I have become now? Like I want to, when someone is working, I want to move around and give him instructions. However, I did not say anything but started the packing. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last and I sat on it and started. So he will have to do because he himself offered, and he packed all the things, stabbed the bag, and he sat on it. See what happened. Aren't you going to put the boots in? Said Harris. You have completed packing, and somebody is telling you're not going to take your shoes. How will you feel? You will feel like beating that person. What were you doing all that time? Why didn't you tell me earlier? And I looked around and found I had forgotten them. I had forgotten to put my shoes. That's just like Harris. Harris is like that. He will not speak at the right moment. He will speak in the end only. He could not have said a word until I had got the bag shut and stabbed. Of course. And George laughed. One of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. They do make me so wild. So George and Harris seem to make fun of him, but he can't do anything. He is helpless. I opened the bag and packed the boots in. So here, one more important question we can ask you. How many times did Jerome open the bag and why? So this is the first time he is opening the bag, and we know the reason. He has to pack his boots which he had forgotten earlier. And then, just as I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. Had I packed my toothbrush? Now he is in confusion. He doesn't remember whether he has packed his toothbrush or not. I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. Means it is my weakness. I always forget whether I have packed it or not. My toothbrush, so this for the toothbrush, he he has not closed it actually, but he will have to keep all the things outside. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me, that troubles me when I am traveling and makes my life a misery. I dream that I have not packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration. Perspiration is sweating. I start sweating with tension and get out of bed and hunt for it. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it and have to unpack again to get it. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag. And then I repack and forget it and have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station, wrapped it in my pocket hanky. So he's telling that toothbrush is always a problem with him. Sometimes he forgets to pack it. Sometimes he packs it before using it, and for using it he has to take it out from the bag, and then he forgets to pack it again. So the whole scenario is very traumatic, very problematic for Jerome, but it's funny for us. Simple solution that as a reader we can give. You can keep a separate toothbrush for traveling, and one separate can be kept at home. So there is you will not have to face these type of problems. Another solution can be like it will be a nice idea that you make a list of the things you are going to pack first, and as and when you keep one thing inside the bag, keep on ticking it, so there is no question of forgetting packing anything. You will be able to pack all the things. Anyway, I think this should be enough for today. So far as the summary and the content of the chapter is concerned, it is easy, but you should try to take up some good language suggestions. As we discussed, had better and V1 fell into the suggestion. So these are some good language expressions which you should use in your language, spoken as well as written. Read carefully and we will continue. Thank you.